Another busy night ahead for Barnstable Town Council. We get a preview on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Thursday, March 1st, 2012. I'm Sarah Colvin. Town councilors will discuss the contract of acting town manager Tom Lynch. The council will decide whether to extend the appointment of Lynch until mid-June. Meanwhile, the subcommittee selected to work on the search for a new town manager will make a recommendation to the council. We spoke with Council President Fred Chirigotis about that matter this morning.
My understanding is that the recommendation coming from the subcommittee is that the process begins with a search in-house. And what that means is it's been traditional and it's been a policy and a practice in the town of Barnstable to look at the people we have right here before we extend our search outside of Barnstable. Make a determination: do we have a person who is the choice right within our own house? And it's a prudent way to do it. And if you have somebody, that's great. Typically we have people who are trained, experienced, educated even while they were employees of the town of Barnstable, who may very well be ready to fit that position, and if not, then you can expand that search.
State health care reform will also take center stage once again at tonight's meeting. Fred explains what's before the council.
And we have been presented something by the state legislature for adoption in Massachusetts. It's in Barnstable. It's been adopted. It's actually Section 21, which is a process for adopting health insurance, which is I lost the word, but anyway, it's a speedy way to go about it. It's been adopted by the COMM, adopted it in about a 10-minute debate. I believe the Hyannis Fire Department has adopted it very quickly. It is moving forward across the state, and it's what it is an opportunity for cities and towns to save money in the municipal budget for health insurance. Now, at the same time, that changes plans in many respects with regard to employees, with regard to co-pays and deductibles and things of that nature. So it does change the plan. Barnstable participates in the Cape and Islands Municipal Health Group. So as a group, we are being asked to adopt Section 21 so that they can then move forward with the new health insurance plans that we're all getting, whether we like it or not. So the task of the council is to make a determination as to what is in the best interest financially and fiscally for the town of Barnstable. And people need to understand, and we have a lot of people come to see us, we do not negotiate. The council itself does not negotiate budgets with municipal employees. We do not negotiate their contracts. We do not engage in the collective bargaining process. We merely facilitate the ability of the management of the town, the administration, to enter into those negotiations. So, for the council, we're fairly limited in what we do and how we do it, and we need to be very careful about extending ourselves into the area of collective bargaining. So, the question is what is the most fiscally and financially prudent path for the town of Barnstable to take, and that's the decision the council has to make. We do not negotiate the terms of the insurance or anything like that.
We also spoke with Finance Director Mark Milne on today's episode of Barnstable This Morning about some questions raised after the health insurance discussions at the last council meeting.
Sure, we've had several matters that have been brought to our attention, as well as the town councilors by concerned employees regarding things that were presented at the last council meeting, and we just wanted to clarify those matters. Some of them are concerned around the withdrawal from the Cape Cod Municipal Health Group, for example, and not being able to get our money out. I think the concern that was brought forward by the group was that the agreement between the Cape Cod Municipal Health Group members is that you can get your money out within 60 days after leaving the group. Well, that's not the case. If you read Article 12 under the Joint Purchase Agreement carefully, there's many steps that you have to go through in order to get any money out, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get any money out. The first thing you have to do is wait for an auditor's report to be completed, and that can take up to 9 months. The Cape Cod Municipal Health Group would try to have the audit completed within a 9-month time frame, but there's no guarantee. And then depending upon what that audit resulted in as far as a change in the fund balance for the Cape Cod Municipal Health Group determines whether or not we would get any money out of the Cape Cod Municipal Health Group, and then it would take 60 days to receive a payment after that audit is completed if we were entitled to anything. And another key factor is that we are responsible for any open claims expense at the time of our withdrawal, meaning that if there are existing health insurance cases that took place prior to our withdrawal, there's going to be expenditures associated with those health claims that trickle in over the next 9 to 12 months. We're responsible for those still. And we have to, and the Cape Cod Municipal Health Group has to pay those claims, and they're going to deduct those claims expense from any portion of fund balance that we're entitled to. And so it's a long process.
Certainly.
We can't immediately take the money out.
And talk to me a little bit about the GIC, the state's kind of insurance group. And there's been some questions in terms of whether we'll have to go to the GIC, what that would mean. And one of the concerns were that was raised were, and this was the question, there are no laws, regulations, or rules that would force a municipality, let's see if I can get that out right, into the GIC. Talk to me a little bit about the response to that concern, Mark.
That's true. And nobody said last Thursday night that we are being forced into the GIC. So I want to clarify that. There is, and it's correct, that there is no law or regulation mandating that we join the GIC. Early versions of the legislation, of the health care reform legislation, did include a piece that did say if communities don't make changes to their health care plans that made them more competitive with the GIC, then they were going to be forced into the GIC. But working with labor unions and working with town officials and working with state officials, the final version of the health care reform package eliminated that and allowed us to stay with our joint purchase groups, to stay with our own plans, if we can design them to make them more competitive with the GIC. So there was never any mandate. That mandate to go to the GIC was removed from the early versions of the legislation as it was being crafted, and eventually it was eliminated. And so, yes, that is no longer there. So the Cape Cod Municipal Health Group went through the exercise of making plan design changes to make those plans more competitive with the GIC in an effort to address concerns from its members that we need to do something to help adjust healthcare costs as they were absorbing more and more of a piece of the municipalities' budgets, and it's becoming unsustainable from a financial standpoint to continue to absorb these healthcare cost increases without making some kind of changes to the plan design.
Right, and those changes to the plan designs are coming over the summer, Mark, and there have been some concerns about those design changes raised by employees in terms of questions about, are there savings in these plan design or in the proposed changes? Any savings would be picked up by employees who are paying new deductibles and co-pays. So what's the response to that concern?
Yes, the only thing we know at this point in time is that premiums are going down, and every subscriber is going to realize a savings as a result of that. And the total savings is $1.6 million as a result of those premiums going down. Since we split the cost of the premium 50-50 with subscribers, $800,000 of the savings is going to the subscribers, and $800,000 of the savings is going to the town. However, half of the town's savings, or $400,000, must go to the subscribers as well. So that the subscribers will receive 75% of the savings in the first year only. One half of the town's share of the savings, or $400,000, has to be provided to the subscribers in the first year only. We never said it would be continuation after year one. We said it was the first year only, and that's true.
The healthcare discussion continues tonight. Town Council meets at 7 p.m. at Town Hall in the second floor hearing room. You can also watch live on Channel 18. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.